50 years of silence. Then it came back. A signal from somewhere out there, repeating the exact same pattern, like something or someone. Press play again. And the scientists tracking it? They have no idea what it is. In 1977, a man named Jerry Emmon was sitting at a desk in Ohio, reviewing printouts from a radio telescope called Big Ear. He was scanning the sky for signals. Something unusual. Something that didn't belong. Most days, the data was noise, static, the universe being its cold, indifferent self. But on August 15th, 1977, one line of data stopped him cold. He circled it with a red pen and wrote a single word in the margin. Wow! That's actually what it said, written by hand, in red ink. The signal lasted 72 seconds. It came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. It was extraordinarily strong, far stronger than anything natural they'd seen. And then it vanished. They searched for it again, and again, and again. Nothing. For decades. Gone like it was never there. The wow signal became the most famous unexplained event in the history of space observation. Scientists argued about it for years. Some said pulsar. Some said satellite interference. Some said, quietly, carefully, maybe something else. Then in 2023, something happened that nobody expected. It came back. Now, before we go further, I need you to understand something. Space is full of signals. Radio waves bounce around the cosmos constantly. Pulsars spin like cosmic lighthouses, blasting radiation at perfectly timed intervals. Quasars scream across billions of light years. Black holes distort everything around them. Scientists are using noise. What they are not used to is a signal that disappears for 50 years and then comes back sounding almost identical. Here's what made this new detection so strange. The signal matched the original frequency almost perfectly. 1,420 megahertz, the hydrogen line. And if that means nothing to you, here's why it matters. Hydrogen is the most common element in the universe. Any civilization, any intelligence that understands basic physics would know that 1,420 megahertz is a universal frequency. It's the one frequency every intelligent species would logically choose to broadcast on. Carl Sagan talked about this, said he was built around this idea. And something out there is broadcasting on exactly that frequency. Twice, with a 50-year gap. Now here's where it gets even stranger. When researchers analyzed a new signal, they noticed it wasn't just a repeat. There were slight variations, micro-patterns embedded inside, almost like structure, not random noise. Structure, one researcher, off the record, described it as feeling like someone had sent the same letter twice, but this time they'd added a postscript we can't read. Here's the part that keeps astronomers up at night. We have absolutely no idea how far away the signal originated. Let that sink in. We know the direction. We know the frequency. We know it's repeating. But we don't know if it came from 100 light years away or 10,000. And that matters. Because if something sent the signal 10,000 years ago, whatever sent it has had 10,000 years to evolve, or die, or travel. And here's the truly unsettling thought, one that physicists debate in quiet conference rooms and never really put in press releases. If an intelligent civilization sent a signal once, waited, and sent again, what were they waiting for? Were they listening for a response? Think about the timeline. The original signal in 1977. Humanity was loud that year. We were broadcasting radio, television, radar. The cosmos around Earth was buzzing with our signals, radiating outward at the speed of light. If something received our broadcasts, and they were close enough, they could have sent a reply. And the math on that reply, it would be arriving right about now. We may have already responded to something without knowing it. So, what are the real explanations? Let's actually go through them, because this is where it gets genuinely fascinating. Theory 1. It's a natural source we don't fully understand yet. Fast radio bursts, FRBs, were only discovered in 2007. Before that, we didn't even know they existed. Some of them repeat. Some repeat on almost clock-like schedules. Science is still working out exactly what creates them. It's possible to wow. Signal is a type of FRB we've never categorized, a natural phenomenon that pulses on a decades-long cycle. That would be extraordinary science, Nobel Prize level science. But it still wouldn't fully explain the structure. Theory 2. It's a stellar object we haven't identified. There are objects in space, magnetars, exotic pulsars, certain binary systems, that can produce signals with unusual patterns. Maybe there's something sitting out there in Sagittarius that we simply haven't pointed a telescope at yet. Something that fires off a burst every 50 years like clockwork. And we got lucky enough to catch it twice. Possible. Genuinely possible. But here's the problem with that theory. We've been pointing telescopes at that region of sky ever since 1977. Extensively. And nothing we found comes close to explaining the original signal's characteristics. No known natural source matches the profile. Theory 3. And I want to be careful here, because this isn't science fiction. This is actually on the table at serious institutions. It's a technosignature. A technosignature is evidence of technology, not necessarily a radio message, not aliens saying hello, just the byproduct of something that was built, the way city lights are visible from space, the way our atmosphere is changing from industrialization. Maybe something out there is running on a cycle, a beacon, a lighthouse, not designed to communicate, just designed to exist, and we're picking up the glow. The repetition wouldn't be a coincidence. It would be a schedule. And if that's true, the question isn't whether someone is out there. The question is, what are they building and how big is it? Here's what I keep coming back to. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Humanity has been doing radio astronomy for less than 100 years. We've been listening for less than a blink. And in that blink, we caught something. Twice. The most rational scientists in the world. The ones who spend their careers demanding proof and peer review and reproducible results. They haven't dismissed this. They're still looking, still analyzing, still running the data, because they know what the alternative explanation means. If this is natural, we discovered something new and beautiful about the universe. And if it's not, we are not the only ones who figured out how to look up. Somewhere out there, something looked up too. And for a brief moment, 72 seconds in 1977, and again in our lifetime, it looked in our directee on. We don't know if it's still watching. If this made you feel something, share it with someone, because questions as big shouldn't be sat with alone. And subscribe, because we're going deeper next time.